Folks, Quill18 here. I don't have a lot of time today, so we're going to look at the Steam daily sales as quickly as possible, and I'll just give you an up or down. Magic the Gathering is a really cool collectible card game, and this game is a pretty good implementation of that. The only problem is you can't create your decks from scratch in these Duel of the Planewalker games. So it's a good way to learn the game, and if you're willing to work with pre-made decks, it's great, but if you're a veteran of the card game, you might find it a little frustrating. I know I do, but it's not bad. Next up, Puzzle Agent 2. I don't know anything about this game, so I can't really say anything about it. Universe Sandbox is really weird. It's not really a game. It's a pure simulation. It's a toy where you have... It's just a really good physics simulation of like solar systems and stuff, where you can redirect planets and galaxies and watch what gravity does, and you can smash things together and stuff, replace planets with soccer balls and things, and I don't know. It's a thing? I'm not sure. Like I don't think there's a game to it, but that doesn't necessarily make it bad. It just makes it kind of different and interesting. Driver San Francisco is a racing action game where I think the mechanic of it is that you have the ability to take over. I may be thinking of a different game where you can like just drop in and take over other people's cars. A lot of people liked it. They said it was a very fun game. Like it's actually like a tremendous amount of fun. It is a racing driving game, but it's not like a racing game. It's more like an actual proper game that happens to involve a lot of driving. Next up, a Chronicles of Riddick game. Now I don't know if this is the one, but I was surprised when this game came out. I was like, oh, it's a movie game. It's going to be bad. Yeah, I did pick it up, and I think it had decent reviews. When does a movie game get decent reviews? That's unbelievable. Well, apparently it's a fun sort of stealth action game where you go around like murdering people in the dark, and it's supposed to be surprisingly good, which I would have never expected from a movie one. But there you have it. Space Cam is an unbelievably cool puzzle game that that almost borders on like programming, puzzle solving type thing. It's just really cool. You're building molecules by making little machines that build molecules, and then you're wiring them together, and it is an interesting and different puzzle game, and some things are really hard, like it stretches your brain and forces you to work and think in ways that you may not be used to doing that, and that's not a bad thing at all. And it's deep, it's got a lot of gameplay. For $2.50, you will play this for hours upon hours upon hours. I definitely recommend Space Cam. Huge, huge recommendation. Fallout New Vegas, awesome. $5? Get this game. I mean, yeah, you need to dedicate like 50, 60 hours to it to get to finish the story and things, but amazing game. Nothing wrong with that. And if we click through, there's probably like a Game of the Year edition. No? Really? So you still have to buy the DLC separately, although all the DLC is also on sale, so check that out. Actually, I should probably check to see if there's any DLC I need to buy. Oh my god, Deus Ex Human Revolution. Speaking of Game of the Year potential, this was an amazing fan-freaking-tastic game. I'm a huge fan of the Deus Ex franchise in general, and Human Revolution was a pretty good job. It's not, as cheap as some of the others. It's not $5, but it is a very, very strong game. And of course, everyone knows that I do love me some Civilization. Now, Civ 5 is the deal of the day today, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, I know the DLC is on sale as well. I believe Civ 4 is also on sale throughout the whole series, or throughout the whole of the holiday sale. Yeah, 50% off. Now, it may be cheaper one day. So you probably don't want to buy it until the very last day. Hopefully it comes on a daily sale. I still think Civ 4 is arguably the truly better game, but if you've never played Civ before, Civ 5 is much more accessible. It looks beautiful, and a lot of the gameplay is actually wonderful. It's the more like hardcore strategic aspects, like diplomacy, which really comes into play at the higher levels, that Civ 4 really excels at. But 5 is also good, and I definitely recommend it. Absolutely recommend Civ 5 in general. But Civ 4 is a little cheaper, although wait for it to come on sale that day. Command & Conquer is, of course, a very popular real-time strategy game. It was it's good. I don't like it as much as the Blizzard ones, as Warcraft and Starcraft, but it's still fine. I do like that it's still an economic-based one. You're sort of resource gathering and building a base, as opposed to some of the other RTSs, which is just, here's a few units, now go and march your way through a city or something like that. Super Meat Boy, this is an incredibly fun arcade game, very fast-paced, very hard, but what's interesting about it, it's got this great mechanic where you're looking at the level and you're trying to like jump through these saw blades and do this, and you get you explode, so you restart the level. But when you go through and you finally beat it, once you beat it, in the end screen, it shows you a replay of all of your attempts simultaneously. So you can see like 20 people run forward, and then like half of them die on this one blade, and half of them die over here, and all this, and there's guts all over, and it's a really, really good mechanic. Fun game. Nice art. George Washington ice fishing, sure. And Grand Theft Auto, the whole franchise is on sale. Well, everyone knows what this game is. The series is very, very good. For me, my personal favorite will always be, I think, Vice City. Now, part of it is because that was the first one I really, really played. You always love the first one the best, but I love that 1980s Miami Vice type of feel. The music, I think it was the music that did it for me, just more than anything else. Hearing all those tunes was just, it was so good. But yeah, great franchise, and being able to get a whole bunch of them cheap, there's nothing wrong with that. And that brings us to the end of the sale. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.